Hello and welcome back to the second part of my August wrap-up. Today I'm going to wrap up all the manga that I've read, as well as the 2 remaining books that I still owe you from my last video. So I'm just going to quickly start with Murakami's First Person Singular, which is a book of, which is a book of short stories. In this, Murakami just reflects a bit on his life. He connects past events that have happened to him to events that have currently or not that long ago happened. To me, being a person that really doesn't enjoy short stories all that much, this was a surprise because I ended up gaining something from each story, and that is for me a huge win. Also, Murakami's writing somehow for me is just very addictive, and he had me with the second or third paragraph, whereas it sometimes takes me a couple of pages to get into a story normally. Overall, while reading, I felt very inspired. I could take something away from each single story, and that was the most important thing for me. Now, moving on to The Long Walk by Stephen King. This has a simple premise. It's about 100 teenagers who are all walking for the price of $1 million, and the last man walking gets the reward. The catch about this is that they are not allowed to walk under 4 miles per hour. They have 3 chances, and after the third warning, they get eliminated. Now, this is one of Stephen King's earliest works. It was even written before Carrie and released under his pseudonym of Richard Bachman. There's nothing really to say about this. This is just a very suspenseful page-turner, but beware, there are some scenes that are really gruesome, as Stephen King loves to put in passages of human abyss. Next, and finally, talking about mangas in this manga wrap-up, I read Kamikaze Kaito Jeanne, or Kamikaze Kaito Jeanne, by Arina Tanemura. This is shoujo. It was released in the year 1998, when the author was only 20 years old, which explains a lot. This is about 16-year-old Maruo Kusakabe, who is the reincarnation of Jeanne d'Arc and is now on Earth to fight the evil, personified in demons that are hiding in paintings. Of course, this is all over the top, especially when it comes to the love stories. They're all falling in love and separating and falling in love again, and it's so dramatic. But if you manage to just lean into it and don't think too much about also some of the actually questionable scenes, then you will have a great time. For me personally, it just got a bit too confusing, especially towards the end. But then after a while, I just started to accept my fate, not think too hard about it, which was overall a good decision. Then I have read Shularun, The Girl from the Other Side by Nagabe. Shularun, I think to my knowledge means walk on love. This is a manga consisting of 11 volumes published between the years of 2015 and 2021, and the anime to this was just released this year in March. This is a dark fantasy mystery of a doctor, which is the dark creature with the horns, and Shiva, the little girl with the white dress. And we know little to nothing when this book starts, only that Shiva lives with the doctor and she's not allowed to touch him, or actually he also not allowed to touch her. And as the story slowly progresses, we learn more and more about the world, the curse, the doctor and Shiva. And if you like cute little slice of life stories with a sort of gothic vibe to it and a dark setting, this might be for you. Then I read The Laughing Vampire by Suehiro Maruo. This is tome 1. There are 2 volumes of this, but I only managed to get my hands on the first one, and I don't think that I'll be able to get to the second one in the near future, which is why I'm wrapping it up today. This doesn't follow one particular character, but 3. There's Konosuke Mori, who gets turned into a vampire at the beginning of the story. Then we also have Luna Miyawaki and Soto Henmi, who both go to school with Konosuke. Please just know that when going into this, it is very disturbing. This book is written by Suehiro Maruo, who is a horror mangaka, and one of the things he is most known for is for his sexual horror. So please just know your boundaries if you would like to go into it. I think it was very, very interesting, fascinating. I love the darkness, I love the twistedness, I love the disturbing images. Please don't do it to yourself if you feel like you can't handle it. The author shies away from barely nothing. There is necrophilia, there is sexual assault. If you don't want to deal with it, stay away from it. If you are intrigued and you want to read a truly disturbing vampire story, then be my guest and check out The Laughing Vampire. Finally, I read Itaitashi Love by Kiriko Nananan. This is a short story collection about love and heartbreak, released in 1997. The stories are very, very short, with only 6 to 8 pages per story and a very minimal art style. And through this minimalism, the stories are being told rather implicitly, but because we all have experienced heartbreak and we all have been at one point lonely and disappointed in our lovers, we can understand. And although the stories are short, because of this feeling, it is still very effective. The author manages to say more than the pictures show, and she is able to impact you with what is written between the lines. And that is it for today, for today's wrap up. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you at another time in another video. Bye!